Good morning, everyone. I am truly honored to be here today, to be able to be with all of you and to tell you all my story. I have to say I am extremely nervous, so please bear with me. This is the first time I've actually spoken this story out in public, and I know I will continue to do my story and really act as inspiration for others who might be going through a similar experience. So 2 years ago, I was at Steelhead Falls on Earth Day. Beautiful summer day, or actually it was more like spring, it was in April, and the sun is shining beautifully overhead. The Deschutes River is off to my right, and as I'm bending over to pull some cheatgrass, gently cleaning and nurturing Mother Earth, I feel this funny lump in my throat. It just feels really out of place. It wouldn't be normally something that would be there. And I thought, well, I'm really, really healthy. I'm just going to let it go for a week. Why not worry? I've been so healthy during my life. Well, a week later, it's still there. And I'm beginning to get concerned. What the heck is going on? So I go to my doctor. We talk. And he says, yeah, those things are really usually benign. Let's not worry about it, but we will do a biopsy just to be sure. So a week later, I go in and get a biopsy done. I hear the same thing from those folks. They say, hey, it's usually just a really benign thing, no worries, we'll get back to you in a couple of days. A couple days later, I get a call from my doctor. This is Dr. A. And I want to tell you that you have medullary thyroid cancer. And it's really, really serious. It's really a rare form, and you need to go see a specialist. So here I am in my kitchen, pretty much ready to cry my eyes out because I've been the healthiest person throughout my life, and here I have this major form of cancer and don't know what to do, and I'm really scared and really alone. So I continued through my life for the next couple of weeks, canceling all of my appointments that I had had, all my great vacations. And I started to develop some really, really serious headaches that I don't normally have. Again, I decide, well, I better go to the doctor and have those checked out. I don't know what they might be. They might be nothing. I go to the doctor and he says, well, yeah, we better do an MRI. Let's do a brain MRI, just to be sure. With your history, you want to be sure. Yeah, I go in and have the brain MRI, and they said it did look a little suspicious. There was a little shadow. And I thought, oh, wow, okay, well, I'll wait and get the news back in a few days, and it'll probably be all okay. A couple days later, I'm shopping in Costco, doing my life, busily, kind of sleeping like I normally am throughout life at that point. And I get this phone call from my doctor. Again, hi, this is Dr. A, and I have some really bad news. You have a diffuse astrocytoma. And again, it's really, really serious, and you need to go see someone right away. I went out to my car, and I just cried and cried and cried. I felt so alone at that point. My relatives lived long distance. I didn't have my beautiful Aunt Jody there to help me, but I knew she was there in spirit. So I carried on with my life the best I knew how, and I began my journey of transforming the fear of cancer into the joy of living. I went to my surgeries, which were 2 very, very, very long and tedious surgeries. The first one began in August and lasted 8 hours. And then I went into the second one. And it was at the second surgery that my life really began to change. Right before I went into my surgery, I was laying in my hospital bed getting ready to wheel out to the operating room. And I had my beautiful aunt and my brother and my husband there at the time. And I thought, man, I might not make it through this one. I might end up on the ceiling or stuck somewhere in between. I don't know what's going to happen with me. And she was sitting next to my bedside, and she asked me one big question that I'll never forget. She asked, "Do you really want to live?" And I said, "Yes, I want to live." At that point, my life changed. And I was wheeled into the operating room, and I actually felt very relaxed about where I was getting ready to go. I knew that I was going to be okay. I saw my brain all over the walls. I was fascinated by my body, really getting in touch with myself at that point. And I came out of that surgery wonderfully. And I really began to feel the transformation process begin at that point. The next couple months were tough. They were my healing process. Involved a lot of integration and, again, a lot of physical healing. I began to realize that I have an intuitive side that I've ignored for so very, very long. I'd had it ever since I was a child. My colors became brighter. Just the world began to just explode for me. And I found energy work, and it really, really touched home with me. I got into the Healing Touch program, went to Boulder almost every month, really hooked up with that community, and just learned that I can really tap into my inner wisdom and really begin to love myself in the process. And as I realized how much those nurses and doctors had supported me, I really realized that my life was going to make a change and that I wanted to support others. So after that, I began to really go into being an energy healer. And now I'm actually going to get ready to step out and get my master's degree in social work. So I'm really, really excited. But I want to instill with you 3 truths that I have learned through my process. Number 1, everywhere I look, I see the face of God. And I know that I am one with God. And I wake up every morning to be grateful to be alive. Thank you very much.